Hey guys, it is Mike with Become the Night. Welcome back to another Song Suggestion Friday. As you can see, for those of you that bitch about it all the time, there is no ice in this whiskey. And the reason being is because I am not drinking Jim Beam today. I actually got myself a small bottle of Bullet Rye. And that I will always drink neat, if I didn't cut myself drinking it out of every shot. Sorry, I can only bow to your whims so much. For Song Suggestion Friday, you guys go to the comments section, you throw in the songs that you want me to listen to and give my opinion on. I pick some from there, I throw them into a poll on Patreon. If you guys would like to take part in that Patreon poll, please go to the link in the description. Follow that over to my Patreon page, pledge $5 or more a month, and you can take part in that poll. The patrons vote on the songs. I take the top ones, and I'll take a listen to each of them the entire way through and give you my feedback. Grading scale is plus, equal sign, or minus sign, depending on whether or not I would want to go seek it out or whether I would avoid it like the fucking plague. And for any of you guys that have been around and have not seen yet, my merch store is now open. That link will also be in the description. Let's get started. Since I've Been Loving You by Led Zeppelin. This is one of the classics. This is a great blues rock track. This is some of my favorite work by Jimmy Page that I've ever listened to him do. The organ backing up the rest of the band was such a necessary touch. It really injects a lot more soul into it than if it would have just been the normal rock ensemble. And of course, as always, Robert Plant is a powerhouse. If you have not listened to this song yet, and you are a lover of rock or blues or both, you need to listen to this song. This is an essential. I would say this is probably one of the most influential songs in modern rock and roll. It's the quintessential ballad with a great jam feel. Total grade for this song, 2+ signs. Rock the Casbah by The Clash. The bass line, I would say, is actually the best part of this song, and I actually had to play it for a pop rock cover band I was in. It's actually a pretty cool bass line, I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot of fun to play for sure. Has a pretty catchy chorus, I gotta say. It'll get you moving and grooving, but I also have to say the vocals in the verse suck really bad. It's a good dance tune, but I would say that the production is a little thin. I feel like some of the low mids and some of the punchiness of the low frequencies are missing, and it kind of makes it sound thin. And the guitar fills that he chooses to add here and there are very simple but very effective. They're kind of more of a dressing upon the drums and bass, which are really the core of the song. Total grade for this song, equal sign. Voice of the Soul by Death. This song, I was gonna say, has a great intro of like acoustic and then guitar harmonies, and then I realized, shit, that's the whole song. Beautifully recorded acoustic guitar. They definitely did. I mean, most acoustic guitars recorded properly are recorded with 2 microphones and kind of pan it as you see fit, and they made it real wide. And then you have these really cool counter melodies and cool harmonies between the 2 lead guitar parts. Rhythmically, it hits my soft spots so well because the between the acoustic guitar and where those counter melodies are choosing to hit, it like hits all the right spots for me. Very nice. If I heard this when I was 18, I would have fallen in love. This is the type of shit I eat up. This is another example of what I would say when the music speaks and is an aptly named song. Total grade for this song, 2+ signs. Dogs by Pink Floyd. Oh my freaking goodness, the production is so clean. Like, it sounds like it could have been recorded yesterday. The only thing that really dates it is the guitar tone. You can just really tell that's a 1970s guitar tone. At 3:42, this really cool, slower guitar harmony part comes in, and it helps drive up the passion, really helps break up the monotony as well of the part that was just previous to it. Followed by a super dreamy acoustic piano part that gives you a really nice chill. And then the production choices at about 8 minutes when it just goes off and like lets loose into this weird, another dreamy part, but this time it's just like a kick drum and some other weird shit going on. Like the timbre choices and the placement and the tone of what was chosen to be put where, flawless. And as with most songs, I don't typically listen to Pink Floyd's lyrics the first time I listen to it. I'm just kind of absorbing the sonic experience. And I feel like if I had known what the lyrics were and what they were about and where they were in the song, it would have given me a lot more context as to what just happened in this whole audio odyssey I just went on. Total grade for this song, +. Dante's Inferno by Iced Earth. I love the clean intro, but the vocals around 145 I'm really not that big of a fan of. Now when they pick up not far after into the song and he gets a more strong voice, I can actually dig on those. Very scooped guitar, definitely a heavy thrash influence here. I can definitely hear some Metallica in there, maybe like Anthrax or something. Not feeling the tone of the lead guitar, but the little arpeggios he's doing there in what I would call the first verse, but it kind of doesn't really have a chorus, so they're all verses, I suppose. The arpeggios he's doing there are pretty cool. I did like that. Although the second time he plays those arpeggios, I would have mixed it up a little bit. The solo around 447 I thought was a very good thrash solo, and some very interesting harmonies he chose to add onto the end there. Though that was a really nice touch. There are some very cool thrash riffs in here, and for all of you young metalheads and young thrash heads, I recommend you go and learn this song. This would be a great one for you to get your chops up. This also has better production than most thrash. It's clean. I mean, granted, with thrash, it's supposed to have a scooped sound, so that's something I would have personally changed, but I know it goes against the style. But everything, the way that they want it to be heard, is nice, clean, and full. I understand this is supposed to be a journey, but it feels a little bloated to me. It could be that I'm not listening to the lyrics, but I mean, I can only take so many thrash riffs and so much of the same boring drums over and over again. Total grade for this song, =. Still Loving You by the Scorpions. A very pretty ballad. The vocals were okay, but they really didn't do it for me. They were really just a little nasally. The lead guitar, however, was excellent, which is no surprise. Speaking of no surprises, the song is relatively simple, no big change-ups anywhere. You can kind of predict where everything's gonna go. And I probably would have altered the melody in the verses a little bit more to my taste. Great full production though, the full sonic spectrum was utilized, and it still sounds nice and clear. And as with the last song, I think this song is a little bloated. You could have cut 2 minutes off of this song and gotten the same point across. Total grade for this song, =. Shallow Be Thy Game by Red Hot Chili Peppers. This song is very, very Hendrix. And it also is kind of fused with a funk feel that's very common in their sound. That's actually one of the things I really like about the Chili Peppers is they have the ability to change up their sound pretty significantly, yet still kind of sound like them. Not that they always do that, but very often they do that. It has a cool chorus, but for me, nothing too remarkable about this song. It's cool and it's got a good head bobbing groove to it. And I know a lot of you guys had suggested that I listen to this, and I'm kind of curious to know why. Please, let me know what you guys feel about this song in the comments. I'm interested. Total grade for this song, =. 6969 by Ninja Sex Party. For those of you who don't understand the joke, this is their parody of Rush's 2112. Danny Avidan is a huge fan of Rush. It's a very funny song and probably also the coolest song that NSP has done so far, in my opinion. And props to Danny for not using pitch correction, especially when you're singing that high up. It actually is a legit musical adventure. It's just also a very funny one. The 80s electro vibe is definitely not my thing, but I do have a soft spot for these guys since I am a pretty big Game Grumps fan, and the music definitely is not bad. One of the criticisms I would have is that they should have brought the level of the vocals down significantly because it's a little overbearing over the music, though I think they were trying to put emphasis on the vocals since it is a parody band and the lyrics are probably more important than the music itself. And the part with the Council of Dick Elders made me laugh my ass off. Typically, I would say an 8-minute song for a band like NSP is gonna be bloated, but this was actually very well paced. So by the end of it, you were like, hey, this is actually pretty cool. Total grade for this song, +. A Place for My Head by Linkin Park. Very lyrically driven like most of their songs. It's got a cool riff that repeats over and over and over and completely squashed drums that actually fits very well with the hip-hop metal blend they have going on. Definitely my favorite part of the song is where it gets all low like, you tried to take the best of me, go away. And then like builds it up into this huge like scream. I cannot do scream vocals, so that's not happening. But yeah, I mean, the song itself is cool. It's got a nice groove, and then it stops dead into that whisper part and then builds up into this huge part, which is like, yes, that was awesome. And for a one riff song, keeping it to just 3 minutes and 3 seconds was a very smart choice. As a matter of fact, I am kind of impressed that I wasn't annoyed by it by the end, but Again, going with the hip-hop metal blend, it actually works in that context because most of the song is rap, so you're paying more attention to the rap and kind of registering the rest of the instruments as kind of like the beat that he raps over. Total grade for this song, +. Trigger warning. Lazy Eye by Silversun Pickups. Ever since I first heard this song on Guitar Hero 3, I have absolutely hated this song. Semi-interesting riff that leads pretty much to nowhere. Ridiculously boring vocals. I will give the singer credit when it gets to that really hard part and the vocals come way out from that stupid little shit they were doing through most of the song. That was actually pretty cool. The guitar solo was okay at best. Way too much effects on the guitar, way too much. I get they were trying to go for like the spacey vibey, like, oh look at us, this is like a cool production type thing, but you just came off as a person who was playing with your pedals for a very long time, and then this is what happened. And that poor bass player probably killed himself by the end of the song from boredom. Actually, he could have killed himself halfway through and they just looped it because it's the same fucking bass line. The song should have been 4 minutes tops. That's it. 2 compliments I can give the song. The production was good, everything was nice and clear, and the choices of tone for all of the instruments was good. The composition was lame as hell. Total grade for this song, -. It has been a minute since you guys have handed me off a -. Now it is time for my suggestions. I have 2 suggestions today. To start off with something easy listening, In My Life by the Beatles. The instrumentation of this song is actually very, very simple, but that's to bring you into focus of another instrument that people forget is an instrument, the voice. The song is very heavily vocally driven, both lyrically and the fact that they dress it up with several harmonies. Very, very cool song, and a song that I can actually sing at karaoke pretty well. My other suggestion today is Impulse by an Endless Sporadic. Harkening back to Guitar Hero 3, for those of you that have not heard this song, please do. This is a criminally underrated prog rock band, and this song is totally cool. It gives you some really cool chill vibes, it gives you some raucous, crazy, insane vibes, and it gives you some very melodic, fun vibes. Has a good mixture of everything that actually fits together well. It also tonally is not the way I would actually do things, but works for the song. Very cool, and you guys should check it out. That is it for Song Suggestion Friday. Thank you guys so much. Please leave your suggestions in the comments below. Yes, only the comments below. Yes, 1 suggestion per person. If you guys want to take part in the poll on Patreon, go to the link in the description, head on over to my Patreon page, pledge $5 or more a month, and you can take part in that poll. Also, like I said at the beginning of the video, I now have my merch store open. If you want some badass shirts, hoodies, other random shit that's on there too, go to that link at Spreadshirt. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next video. Rock on!